Unfortunately, will be able to find his way onto the A bomb set. However, that's a very uncomfortable position they are in because m0NESY can make life very uncomfortable here. He's going to find Hades, but Madden will reply back instantly.
He will. Snappy stuck in an awkward position as Alexi burns Madden to a crisp. 3-play-2 as ENCE taking control over the site. Post plant will be coming up. But Diha in an interesting position on elevator, how he wishes that he had Spinks up closer. Now that the smoke is cleared and dwindled, a snappy headshot straight to the dome of Alexi courtesy of Spinks. And now Diha's coming back in for one of his own. Hunter all alone on the site with his Glock, trying to rat-tat-tat himself to the first round of this game, but Diha takes his head off and runs away with it. I thought Hunter had every chance, considering the Glock up close range typically prevails.
And that being said, Madden slowly inching towards mid. They're going to find Jax looking for the second kill, which he will indeed. But m0NESY will finally trade him as Nico with the deagle finds Hades, and all of a sudden, it's a 3v3, and they do have the A bomb site.
They do a fast flank coming round, though, from Snappy from long doors, but they will have a good idea as to this being a possibility. Wood decided to dip out at this stage and hold on to the weapons that they possess, and that's why it's such a difficult site to retake in a 2-on-3, and you have to take on board as well. With this being just the second round,
more importantly, Nico on 9 HP decapitates Hades, who is playing towards Scar, and that completely opens up the A bomb site.
PTs, even if they're successful in getting a couple of early entries back onto A, that may not be good enough. He's the ace up the sleeve. Diha has been so patient, so willing to just turn himself away from this aggression, but it's not worked out for him. And Snappy is the last round in the end for G2.
I like the play from for ENCE with the pistol, just trying to maybe find a couple of kills here, which doesn't look like it's going to take place. Jackson Hunter just mopping up the bodies, and Nate is going to deal quite a bit of damage as well. But I'm more curious about how the next couple of rounds are going to be playing out. The buy should be coming in, obviously, for ENCE, and you're taking a look at the money here. I don't see an AWP being purchased for Hades, right? It's going to be A1s coming out for, should be the majority of the players. Utility will also be pretty decent, I guess. Hades can...
Yet. Another one needs to be tossed down. There we go. Now Hades has been locked out. I say that, but he sledgehammers open the door with the A1S, and Jack stood behind it, gets crunched down. Ooh. Nice counteractive kill from Nico. Had a bit of a slow start, but you always know he's never out of the game. Madden needs to use that smoke as his sanctuary, trying to dart around the shadows and make the most of Gandalf as it stands. Now a gap in the smoke has appeared, and Hades is trying his best to make as much use of that as possible. Good, well-placed flash, but now Madden shows his hand. This has been an excellent hold from the CTs, all things considered. m0NESY needs to go above and beyond, and instead, he gets submerged by Spinks, and ENCE have finally bounced back.
That's a huge round coming in from Madden. They're even able to retrieve the AW.
Hey guys, as always, make sure to check out Hot Pizza GG, the best website to open cases, and not only. Recently, they've added the old but gold classic mode, where many players add their skins and the winner takes it all. The catch is, the more you add, the bigger chance of winning you have. Here, for example, I bet my gut knife black lemonade for $108, which gave me 30% chance of winning the round. And luckily, I won and took all the bank of $354. Withdrawing skins is super easy. Just go to your inventory and select the skins you want to withdraw. And in less than a minute, you'll receive a trade offer. So, if you want to play too, Hot Pizza has many different payment methods, as well as a cool bonus from me. Use code VLADAPART to get 50 cents for free. Link will be in description below.
Able to find Madden, and that's the... Look at the way the bomb sets are just split in half right now. G2 have complete control, and it's going to come down to Hades to hit a good shot, but he will find nothing.
Nico going from strength to strength, a great divide and conquer approach now, and Nico has picked up his third. He's on for the ace. If Diha and Spinks want
in, and even though Madden, was able to stay alive for a couple of seconds, helped out by a flash.
Peak. No smokes, no incendiaries, 2 players on pistols. So yes, you've got a couple players low here, but what can you do about it? Well, Diha says, I've got an A1S, I'm going to spray down on 2 players, and it's the cousins that go across him as he looks to try and finish off the rest. Has a chance, nails it on a third, looking for a fourth as well, but m0NESY has dealt the fatal blow, and with 25 seconds to play with now, G2 are reeling. Both players super low, m0NESY with a slight gap on the smoke has made it work, and now Madden on the flank could have them both dead to rights. There's one, but misses his second shot. 10 seconds to play with. Madden just needs to play possum, and Jack's rushing towards the site, needs to get this plant down right now. Gonna be able to have a couple moments to just retrieve a little position. Bit of reprieve now for him, and Jax peeks up. The perfect time. Madden switches his weapon, and it's put in the dirt.
Oh, offense. It's going to be a hit coming into its speed this time around.
It is, and Madden, I think, has a good idea as to what's coming up. He's just pushing outside of long right now, seeing nothing in mid. 1-for-1 trade, Bob gets spilled down. Here comes Diha, spraying in for one and a second as well. And he's been the shining light right now for ENCE. He's got himself 8 kills. Hunter and Nico remain. Tread lightly, though.
Look at a tunnel.
Yeah, the tunnel is definitely a problem, but Nico no longer will be. Hunter's about to get flanked, and he gets swept away from Madden, who's long flank round long, having blown out this hard on the CT side. We're seeing Spinks not quite have the impact you expect. Diha has just been eradicated from Jax, who goes in and just banishes both. Ooh. The A site is open for business, and it's going to be Jax that is wielding his team across for another round, potentially.
Not a single point of damage being taken by Jax. It's unreal how everyone on this G2 side seems to be so switched on right now. Hunter has been looking very, very solid. Monacy, I mean, he's 12-4. That itself is good enough. We've seen Nico just tapping away fools, and just everyone's having a very comfortable time here. And I said, ENCE, we're going to be needing more from you guys, but G2, they immediately switch things up. And look, there's not much you can do when Jax is just going to be popping hits like that. Obviously, looking for the final, gets tagged a bit by, but immediately plucks Madden's head clean off his shoulders. Clean round. And you're not going to be walking into the flames, although the smokes will be deployed, allowing them to do something a little crazy. But Spinks able to find one, finds a second kill as well, getting boosted up. That is massive. And Spinks drops on down. And suddenly, from a 5v3, it's down to 2 versus 3. Bomb will be planted. Monacy will give away his position, and Spinks will find the kill. And now it's all down to Alexi B.
Alexi B, 2 separate angles to watch out for, and he gets pinched. It's Snappy that takes him off. And we'll deal with him, of course, but it's a similar result to what happened last major. Great shot from Hades, though. I was just about to say, Hades is 1-9. It's had very little impact. Doesn't have really any opening picks. And he goes and gets one, and now Madden has put the bomb down in long. That is surely a clean, comfortable round for ENCE. Keep in mind their economy. They can't really afford to lose many players from this point. It's not just about winning at this stage. It's about winning cleanly.
Okay.
Okay, well that's going to make it a little bit scrappier, especially as Nico removes the head of Snappy. Now they can go pick up that bomb. It's in an awkward position though. Hades with the ult misses the shot. And somehow Hunter's picked up the bomb and has the audacity to potentially re-peek this. Hades is scared that Nico may be pushing him from long. Nico's still up on the site itself. What a strange round this has been. And Nico removes the head of Diha. I said surely it has to be around for ENCE, and cleanly so. A 2v5 has gone into a 2-on-2.
Hades getting hunted down. That's a crucial kill for him to find, and now it's all on Nico. 20 seconds to work with. He needs to make a little bit of haste as Hades is going to miss his question. Nico comes jumping around. He should be able to find him, and he will indeed. No, he knows it. Where the second player is as well. There's 8 seconds, and Spinks is just going to run for it. Nico has to hunt him down, and it is going to be Spinks to save ENCE there, but for a moment, Vince.
But look at ENCE, they've got M4s, but they've got no money in their back pocket
Holy!
afterwards. And Monacy again, with an entry down middle, wins another opening duel.
Okay.
So they're pressing the button. They're going in full throttle. 30 seconds to play with. Nico drops down, but Diha is there to deal with it. Hades goes in through the smoke as well. Jax is the only T that's been able to come out on top in this exchange, and time is still ticking away. Diha, alive, will not be able to deny this bomb plant, but is keeping himself up close so that the rest of his team can get up close in themselves. But Hunter removes him, deals with him so quickly, so got themselves an 8th round.
They might even be able to hunt him down here. Is he going to cross, though? Yup. Will cross, unfortunately for him. Hunter doesn't scope in, and they will at least save the well-timed smoke being lobbed in as well by Madden. It's all the roots. It's going to be mid to be play again with Nico dropping out towards CD spawn.
And this is one of the first times we've seen this tactic. It's been a very A-heavy, small gap in the smoke. Nico is trying to keep them interested. They have decided to divert. This is a double switch and bait. And Nico removes the head of Hades, goes back in. Heavy damage to Madden, but he stands on 13 HP. Lucky for some. Madden may burn to a crisp, has to come out into the open, and in doing so, Hunter is there to collect. The guillotine comes down, but Diha is keeping this dream alive. 10 seconds to play with. Bomb does get planted, and Hunter in the meanwhile makes short work of Diha. 2-on-2. They know one of these players is on catwalk. Well played, flashbang, but this double tag team has now been put down to a solo effort. It is m0NESY. First frag goes the way of the young man, and now he's up against Spinks. No idea as to where his position currently lies. 17 frags already picked up for m0NESY, and Spinks is taking his sweet time. He has to pick up the pace. Time is running scarce now. m0NESY up close, going to be combat opening, looking for that no-scope, has now spotted Spinks, is waiting for Spinks, but Spinks removes his head, and just in the nick of time, he should have this defusal. ENCE get their 6th, but it was so close.
For the defenders and for ENCE, Molly for short to enable him to get some control, and m0NESY burning in the flames, still going to be peeking down mid, but doesn't find anything, but it's still going to stick around, and they're looking for these fights, and what a tap by m0NESY, and it's going to drop on down the madman, the lunatic, looking for more, a snore by m0NESY, finally, he will be dropped, but that is bloody murder at mid.
Where did that come from? That's the question that's going to be bouncing around the heads of ENCE right now. m0NESY out of nowhere, just collapsing. And suddenly, Dhat and Snappy, last 2 players left with over a minute to play with, and they're being flanked. And it is the Megalodon of NiKo. Positions are good. NiKo at this range is going to decapitate him. So the dream is dead.
And NiKo buys Lonesome. Very, very capable indeed, alongside the young steward in the form of m0NESY. And he's just waiting. They're going to be going for the contact play. This could catch NiKo off guard.
It could, especially as m0NESY is now starting to move into position. The
Oh, the
flashbang
flash.
up and over. The peak's going to be behind and smoke down. And NiKo chomps again. 2 kills. Exquisite flashbang. The teamwork on point. And ENCE have been... can maybe capitalize and pad those stats. There's one. NiKo with the assist. Molly down, stops any re-engage, forces ENCE out into the open. And at some point, they're going to have to realize they have to die. They can't afford to let this one take too long. Thus, they take the initiative, but it's into G2's hands, and they close this out in style.
It's just sheer confidence from NiKo there. Just sheer confidence. 43 points of health in front of the smoke, just tapping away with an A1. And even when he knows he's going to be running out of bullets. And that's the one danger for the using the M4A1. It's the fact that you only have the 25 bullets. So, firstly, this flash was just pristine. And they're just feeling confident. That's a danger. You can see a couple of Deagles being upgraded. So going for the scout buy, which is a bit surprising as Hunter trying to farm a little bit of cash, but the Deagles are starting to sing. Madden finding Jax, that is huge. That is massive. They have control to the B bomb side. He spots the CT2 would spawn as well. Now, the only problem here is they don't have a smoke to cross the bomb onto the bomb side, and they already have ENCE pushed up close, looking to prevent that from taking place, and he will drop Spinks.
I'm not sure about that peek from ENCE, but he gets away with it. The bomb's now been spilled on the other side of the doors. They have to go back over, out into the wilderness, into the danger to even get the bomb in the first place, but the timing works against them. I actually think that NiKo may have passed in front of m0NESY and blocked the shot down to 1 HP now. They're both super low. However, m0NESY still puts the bullet to the head of Madden, and it's a scout battle at the end. m0NESY seemed to think that maybe that rotation was coming in, but now he's about to get that confirmation. B-site will be the final resting place of this round. Coming back in again is m0NESY. The barrel of the gun may betray Hades if he's not careful right now. It could be a no-scope that finishes this round. Oh, Hades! What a flick onto! What a ridiculous shot! I can't believe he's actually landed that.
What a round! What?
Well, we've had such a good match so far, and we have plenty more to come up. Round 19, we'll see ENCE starting to pillage and pilfer on towards the A side. Molotov down to the back. There's Madden, there's a gap on that smoke, and ENCE makes the most of this one way. Dhat needs to be very careful, but sprays through and gets the reward before m0NESY bounces back with his AWP. Plays low, m0NESY continues to just orchestrate this devastation onto ENCE. They are not giving up and not relinquishing the site. They fend away the on-pushers and get a 12th round on top of it.
A massive hiccup the previous round, but what is, however, right now, though, this B bomb site, it's getting pincered, Vince.
It's a great flash out, though. It does isolate and stall this push for now. They don't get a kill off the back of it, although it was heavy damage. Now from the single side of Madden threads the eye of the needle with a Deagle headshot. Beautifully done. However, he's not around long to celebrate it, and Spinks may be getting blown to smithereens from Hunter's grenade. 1 HP on Snappy as well, and Hades, not much to really do as far as he's concerned. Snappy, try as he may, is running into the Finnish blockade of ENCE. And Hades, last man standing, not for much longer. To be completely honest, though, it does feel like Hades has lacked a little bit of impact in this game. He is completely in position, only realistically needs to get one kill to be valuable. In the off angle, 1 or 2 with a silenced element of the A1S. They had no idea, and he's going to punish them and spray him down. 8, making them dance for him. Alexi B, though, the brains behind this operation, showing he can frag when it's called upon. Here is the man in question, flick across, never in doubt. Diha hits the dirt maybe for the last time on this map. And Snappy and Spinks have to go above and beyond. Spinks tagging Nico heavily, but on 1 HP, Nico just slaps him out of the server for what should be the last time here on Dust 2. And Snappy will go the very same way. Domination from G2.
Absolute domination. The two hunters.
Had some pretty big moments in the early stages of Dust 2, especially in the pistol, which, remember, they won the first pistol round, and it was mainly off his back, and that's why his aim is on point. He also dinks Jax at range and puts him in such an awkward position, but Jax is passing the test so far, dropping the bomb carry where he stands before Alexi goes in through red, and finally Nico does spill the bomb out one more time. 2 on 2, but Monacy is making Madden put down with authority. Diha still alive, started the round with the first frag, and will be coming full circle for ENCE should they win this, and they will! The pole reigns supreme! We certainly have, plus the fact that he's going to go unchecked from the cave, so he can have his back completely covered right now. Hunter, what do you have up your sleeve? 1 kill. Going to start to run out of ammunition, though. He didn't get that cleanly, and that costs him his life. Snappy will not fall to his hands. A lot of damage inflicted, though. Jackson Nico still with a chance, but Nico spammed up through the smoke. Will play no further part in this round. Beginning to believe in a potential G2 miracle, but
And also the second players as well. And he's going to find Snappy. They are getting pincered, and they are getting absolutely annihilated here. 2 nice opening picks from G2, and they will fall back. Hades, however, able to team up with his teammate Spinks to at least get a trade into Nico, but they have absolutely no map control right now.
Alexi out for the peek. The flash was good. And they also have themselves Monacy to contend with the AWP peeking round the corner ever so slowly. It may only require 1 kill from Monacy, but he misses his chance. He was so on point the entirety of Dust 2, and could that miss prove to be costly? It's at least going to cost him his life. They may not anticipate a triple stack. Alexi but they deal with him. If he was able to survive through one donut and just get round the corner, he could have won off the back of time.
Broken prod, maybe try and get the trade. And G2, though, they're looking to try and keep ENCE pinned down, and it is working out. DHL does reply back with 1, but it is a 2 versus 4. That being said, Monacy and Nico are very low, but doesn't matter when you're hitting shots like that.
Diha has been put down, and G2 will pick up their very first round here on Ancient CT side. Some impact as the early rounds on Dust 2, and now flashes a plenty flurry of them, but Snappy still connects onto the head of Alexi B, and in doing so, ENCE again are in a 5v3. However, Hunter is keeping this A side a little bit more grimly contested as far as ENCE are concerned. 2 frags already down, keeping himself in the fight for the time being and allowing his teammates to move in as well. Hunter's picked up a 3rd, and now they can try and pincer in and flank Hades, who's given his position away. Hunter has finally fallen, but he will fall a hero. However, no one will be there to celebrate him unless Nico can clutch this one out. 30 HP left on Snappy, plenty of time allocated on the clock. And the bomb's not planted for Snappy currently. Remember, 30 HP, 1 bullet may seal the deal. But Snappy stands tall and delivers with a 4K, and take a 7-1 lead.
Utilize the MAC-10, the mobility afforded by the MAC-10, but he will be taken down, and Monacy with the AWP finds Madden.
Gonna get smoked off, but he's already picked up 1, and with a 2nd frag through middle, and a 3rd as well. It's looking good that G2, for the first time on this half, are going to string 2 rounds together. Now, Diha and Spinks, I'm sure, are going to have something to say about that. 17 kills distributed between the 2 of them, 13 of which is on Spinks. Maybe a little bit top-heavy. Diha, keep in mind, 3 of his 4 kills were in the pistol round. He basically single-handedly won that one. dropping the bomb down for his teammate. Great headshot onto m0NESY. Second kill is required, though, on the site before that becomes free. Nico is playing around the box, but Spink sprays him down before he gets caught from the side. And that's Jax that spills the bomb down with his life. Diha now in all sorts of bother, but he's picked up another one. This is proving to be a costly round for G2. And he may not be done just yet, but Diha is unable to thread.
Clearly see why 3 players sub $1,000, and this time around, ENCE are going to switch things up. It's going to be a fast play coming in towards B, and they're walking straight into the belly of the beast. Nico spraying, blinded through the smoke, finds 2, looking for more. The third will fall as well, and they're getting absolutely obliterated. m0NESY chiming in with a frag of his own, and G2, it took a while, Vince, but they're starting to come alive.
Meanwhile, they're looking to push over on the construction side. This could put Alexi B in a bit of an awkward position, but that Molotov is so good. Spinks, though, passes the bullet in the head of Hunter before Nico makes amends and avenges his fallen teammate with 3 quick-fire frags. Nearly picks up a very stylish 4th, and Diha is the last man standing. Bomb nowhere to be seen. And although Diha's already proven his worth multiple times over in this tournament with the Deagles, with the pistols, I think this may be asking a little bit too much of the man. Down he goes. G2 have made that deficit suddenly vanish down to just 2.
It's a 5v4, and I love this. I love this from G2.
Yeah.
Being proactive. They know it's going to be the hit coming in towards A now, but the fact that mid is open and so is Donut, this could go very, very wrong.
They saw Diha. They saw his back just around the corner. They know what's coming up. There's the first, and they know exactly where ENCE are looking to finish. This information is worth so much. It's so valuable. Diha fully flashed. 18 seconds to go. First casualty for the CTs has now been added to 2. Diha's picked up 3 on 21 HP and may have enough time for the plant as well. He's going to get sprayed through the wall, and Hunter is going to spoil the party for Diha. However, his 3 kills.
Rifle picked up by ENCE. Bear in mind, they only have pistol to work with right now. So G2, after this string of rounds of 1, to slip up here would be, I wouldn't say disastrous, but it would be rough.
Oh, this would sting. This would seriously sting, but Jackson and Alexi will hold the line on ramp. They have now been fallen and put in their place. Hunter through the smoke is going to come out second best, and it does appear that will be the case. G2 have money to go for this. Only 1 more round to play in this half, and Madden takes out m0NESY. It was 5 rounds unanswered. The rot was beginning to set in, but ENCE have alleviated.
He's in the smoke. I don't know what's going on, but a bomb will be planted by Diha, but there's still someone in the site, and it is Nico, and he will strike.
And he strikes hard. So far beyond driven as Nico is going to try and do this by himself. Diha is still stuck around the temple, praying to the CS gods that they can somehow give him safety, safe passage against this immortal fragger who keeps himself alive with the smoke. Now stuck at the back of the boxes, the rest of the support structure has arrived, including m0NESY's AWP, and now the T's begin to capitulate. G2 will finish the half in 6 of 7 rounds won, an 8-7 scoreline overall. This game could not be closer.
7, couple of smokes, 2 Molotovs, and a flash, and that, for me, is telling of a B hit.
Oh, Hades instantly gets headshot, and he gets aim punched. It looked like his aim may have been on for a headshot there. It's snappy to try and hold off by himself, but he has also crumbled under the pressure, under the strain, as Hunter moves on for 16 frags. Both he and Nico have reached that mark. And Jax is going to catch Spinks in the back, lines up the shot. Nice work with the P250. G2 looking good to pick up this pistol. Now do the world of good towards their overall round mark. Donut now being pushed through. Diha, the pistol king of the first half, is still alive, still kicking, and still claiming heads. There's now ENCE will be sweating bullets, hoping that this carry can continue to stay alive. The bomb's been spilled out. Madden pushes through the smoke, but Jax is there to greet him for a second P250 kill. Diha in trying so desperately to clutch this round out. It looked like he may have picked up a headshot there. Going back in again, but Alexi B will just about hold on for dear life.
Go for the execute, they can creep and crawl their way into the site, but they don't have much utility to do the T's as Hades and Snappy finds m0NESY, and all of a sudden, the nightmare scenario here for G2 might actually transpire.
Perhaps not. Hunter appears to have grabbed his teammates and shook them to wake them up from their slumber. They're Snappy maybe about to close their eyes once again. Nico is playing with fire. Tagged heavily through the wall previously, down to 38 HP. One stray bullet, he'll be a dead man. Look at the audacity. Nico's dodging bullets and deals with Snappy, counting the bullets in the deagle. He's like, right, 6, 7, I'm good to start spraying now. I'm safe. And that's the kind of mechanics that you're looking for from a player of that stature. Madden's the last player alive. That's not a chance, but it feels like maybe that chance is now come and gone. It's going to be 10-8. However, because of their patience and because they're able to save 4 players, they will.
Nico there, I don't even know how he walks around balls that big, and he just finds Snappy, like you said, waiting for the bullet to run out. As the mid-control comes in from both the sides, Hunter able to trade, finds Spinks, but Snappy comes around the corner looking to take duels left, right, and center, and he finds both the cousins. And just like that, 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, and it's a 4v2 favoring it.
I don't think he did, but m0NESY may be on the chopping block next. Nice shot from Hades. That's more like it. Now they need to get this one done cleanly because, again, their economy has not fully stabilized. Honestly, even losing 3 players is going to sting them. But Jax is still in with a shot. There's still plenty of time in this round. The downside is he has no idea as to where the second player is. He knows Hades was last by Donut, and now he's found out in the worst possible way as Madden drills him from the side.
Still the buy coming out for the side of ENCE. We have MP9. And for G2, though, they have everything to work with. A Magnum in the hands of LXCB, looking to lead the charges. Spinks and Hades will strike almost simultaneously, finding a couple, but m0NESY replies back.
So important. There's a Molotov down onto the donut. They need a smoke there. Finally, they put one into place. Spinks is going to have no more opportunities to slice and dice the G team. The G2 now defenders, I should say. But he decides to push past the smoke. And m0NESY caught in no man's land. Jax, 16 HP. LXCB still alive. But now it's down to Jax. First frag goes his way. But there will be no follow-up. And ENCE, for the second consecutive round, get it done at the cost of 3 lives.
The desk alluded to as well that G2 really have much as Snappy. The flashbang was great, but somehow LXCB able to get the kill, and Nico finding Madden as well. Everyone's blinded, they're shooting through smokes, but somehow G2 come out on top. Is it 4 versus 3? It's a risky hole coming out from ENCE. If we look at Hades' position, he's in donut looking towards mid. They have A completely open as Hunter will indeed completely open up A. Diha will meet his maker. A bit of a flub smoke there, but it's okay. Still player advantage for the side of G2 as they're going to be making their way on towards the B bomb side. Rotation is taking place in the form of Hades with an AWP, but Spinks has so much to do right now.
There's a gap in the smoke. That's a freebie kill, and with 18 seconds left, he could maybe even get another one. I don't think he wanted to overextend in that engagement, but takes down everybody. The smallest gaps in the smoke costs G2 so much. We have to douse off the flames of ENCE right now as they are burning bright on their CT side. And Spinks comes down. The timing could not have been sweeter. He's getting so much information from this. Takes the kill on Hunter and pieces out.
Oh, no way, Madden. He catches the bomb. m0NESY falls. 35 seconds. Jax and Nico. Nico so very low as well. At least they've deployed the smoke to pick up the C4, but the jig is up. ENCE know exactly where G2 are, and G2 win the pistol, survive the 4 spies. But after that, a buy rounds, it's been ENCE.
But I don't know if they realize it's already up here. Spinks is making moves down on construction side as well. He's been bested. He's got the meanwhile gets an entry. m0NESY, 2 quickfire frags. And that should be B site, locked down. And surely this is where those flames are extinguished.
Again, just filthy stuff coming out from the youngster. 14-11.
That was ENCE at their strongest, and they still fell prey almost the exact same way. I wonder if we will see a couple of tweaks, a couple of changes to how they look to try and lock down ramp. This round isn't done just yet, though, Blair. However, Snappy losing his life definitely makes it more likely. Both the remaining CTs, though, do find themselves over on the A side of the map, one of which is Madden, but he has been crumbled. And now Hades with a chance to become a hero in Donut. Position is not been checked just yet. Oh, he rushes the shot. Alexa?
Hello?
Hello? Okay. That liquid fire of the Molotov has now come to a close, and the smokes are about to deplete as well. This is where all hell is about to break loose, and Snappy is throwing himself through the gates with the P250 still alive, joined alongside Spinks, and now it's only on Spinks, but Hunter with the flank has put them down where they stand.
It's a bomb site. This has been a hole in the defense of ENCE multiple times, which hasn't quite been exploited as m0NESY finds Hades. 5 versus 2. Hunter's going to be walking in towards the A bomb site as well. He's all the way towards CD spawn. G2 can go wherever the hell they want. But if Spinks steps up right now, that's when something could go wrong. And Spinks, he hears the footsteps.
He snatches at the frag. He had to. Alexi was still checking the angles. 15 seconds to play with Flash out. Spinks needs to go huge here, but Snappy's been caught, and now Spinks isn't so sure. He wanted to peek out on the long angle, can't do it. Spinks has 4 seconds to try and defend the bomb, but the Molotov stops him. It was so tantalizingly close, and he's about to get pinched in from the side because Nico is laid there and wait, doesn't have to push in. The bomb should do all of the work for G2. Nice effort from Spinks. The winner of this best of 3 moves on to the legend stage. Jax takes off the head of Diha, and Cave has now crumbled. Spinks with the deagle gets spotted, traded out 1 for 1. They need Hades now to light up the scoreboard with this deagle, but instead he's been put down with authority. And now Snappy and Madden have a tumultuous task ahead of them. And I'm not doubting their skill level, but I think this one is not one they're going to pass. Jax also taking the initiative. Spray is good onto Madden. Takes the head of Snappy, finishes him off with the Glock. And G2, not only do they get on fire, but additionally, as have I. This Ancient performance has gone above and beyond expectations. Some great performances. Spinks has hit a 30 bomb. Hunter and Nico are close, and Nico comes out second best. This is better from ENCE. He takes down 2 kills, but m0NESY does bounce back with one of his own, giving G2 a lifeline to finish this game off right here, right now.
The danger man, though, Nico, who's on 25 kills and he's been taken down, but don't forget his cousin, Hunter. 25 of his own as well, and he's very, very much alive. Grouped up right now with Jax, and Jax spots a player out towards Red Room. That is, of course, Diha. But he will re-peek out and catches Jax.
One of their star players, 30 seconds. Molly, smoke in position. Flash is checking their angles, making sure they're not going to get caught from an angle. That Molotov will afford safe passage with the bomb plant, but Hunter gets caught in the back, and now m0NESY has got to pull off a huge play, but Spinks shuts him down, and it's OT.
ENCE, man, they battled it out. They finally get it done. G2. A little bit of room to breathe with as he falls back, playing a little bit more passively, but they've lost so much of real estate here, Vince. No eyes inside a donut, no eyes with the Red Room, but Spinks, oh, he lines them up through the smoke! Alexi B and Jax will fall, and Spinks, he needs no vision. He can do it all by his lonesome, as Lurk coming in from donut doesn't matter. Hades and Snappy will deal with both Hunter and Nico, leaving m0NESY.
He's got the right idea, once to the back of B site, another around Cave Jaguar area, but he's about to walk out into the open, and Spinks has him dead to rights. ENCE, finally it seems we're catching what ENCE are truly capable of on Ancient. Better late than never. Molly down, Hunter will deal with Snappy before he can retreat, so at least it's down to a 3-on-4, and all 3 players on G2 still in with a shot to maybe turn this around, snatch it out of the jaws of defeat. It feels like if this goes 3-0 OT, that might be too far gone. However, Alexi now able to put the smoke down, cordon off some of these areas, and focus their attention and their fire onto the site. Diha gives his position away. They cannot deny this bomb plant. There's no gap in the smoke this time to exploit from ENCE. So it's going to be going down, and so will Diha. m0NESY through the smoke, connects, vanquishes him from the site. And now Hades, alongside Spinks, is going to try and sneak their way, crawl their way onto the site. Spinks, last man standing, last round of OT. He's going for this, and if he's going to get any success, he's got to pick up the pace here. The bomb is ticking away. That fuse is getting dangerously close to exploding. First kill won't go his way, and G2 makes sure, bare minimum, it's not a clean sweep in this first OT half.
There was a 2-man disadvantage early on there. And ENCE Man advantage 4v3 as they start prowling around this Jaguar lane area, slowly congregating onto its B bomb site where Alexi B and Nico line wait, looking to hold the line, looking to tie up the scoreline.
Hades, the fastest of flicks. That's such an integral moment in this game. Alexi B still alive, but not for much longer. And Jack's off on A side.
Yeah, it's safe.
Has to save, yep. The money situation is still grim. Even on OT, the CTs will struggle. And this game continues to deliver, Blair. We thought coming into this, we're in for a real interesting affair. The first map had its moments, was fairly one-sided. This has been neck and neck throughout. I think Jax is going to survive. And will they run with it? Nico gets tagged by the smoke, still skews his vision though. Gonna be hiding in there, maybe waiting for a flash from one of his teammates or for someone else to arrive, but instead it's ENCE, and that pain train comes hurtling down the tracks onto the site again. And it's looking good for an ENCE second map victory. Hunter is gonna get caught in the side, and ENCE take us to a third. Mirage beckons.
Oh boy, ENCE were made to sweat vents like... Spinks definitely the shining light for ENCE as G2 starting the T side over here. They're not going to be making any ruse of the fact that it's going to be a hit coming in towards B. A nice crossfire being set up between Hades and his teammate in the form of Spinks. But Hades finds nothing, and Spinks now his position has been compromised. You know exactly where he is as Diha's teammates come in to help him out, but they all fall like 10 pins. As Snappy, the IGL left in a 1v5, and there's nothing he can do. G2, a quick blitzkrieg of around to the B bomb site. But then on the flip side, you have ENCE who... Okay, Madden, that was pristine. Alexi B will, however, trade. They still know where Madden is. And Madden, for the time being, has been abandoned by his teammates. Flames are going to force him back, and Jax, he lies in wait. He knows the players are on the pass, and Madden, he continues to tear them apart. 2 clean shots with a deagle. And all of a sudden, a round that G2 should win. It's looking a little dicey right now.
Well, Stappy tagged down at 6 HP, but still alive. That grenade will finish him off. But could be baiting them into a false sense of security because Madden is there and is now creeping his way up. There's one. They were thinking about boosting, but have second-guessed themselves. Now go back in. And it's disjointed, but they get away with it. Nico's brute force allows them safe passage towards the site, especially as Hades has lost his head. It was a tentative round, Blair, as you said. It should have been a formality. It should have been a foregone conclusion. The situation that they were in.
Absolutely. If you look at the money right now, right, you have Jackson $150. Hunter, of course, will have enough money to buy for himself. Alexi B will be able to drop towards Jack. And actually, never mind, Spinks takes on Nico as well. So yeah, hefty economic damage being dealt out here, meaning Ruse, it's a walk up towards B bomb set. It only play one player lies in wait, and it is going to come down to Snappy to shut this one down.
Snappy in the smoke, using it as a sanctuary, hoping it's his ally. Good for one, but no more. Nico has put an end to this B side. And it looks like Spinks going to try his damnedest to get recontrol over this area. Instead, though, he walks into a barrage from Jax, and Hades will be off to save G2 with a quick-fire 4-0 lead.
G2 make it 4-0, and look, I think there are a lot of valid criticisms of G2.
Effectively spring their trap. Diha, there's the aggression I was talking about, and Alexi is up to the task. They're making this so uncomfortable, but the timing from Spinks' push could not have been sweeter, and he collects with 2. Hades holds the line with the AWP. The bait and switch out as well. They have the MP9 up close in the hands of Snappy, and now he's going to show his hand. Much better from ENCE. Safety or not, as there is an AWP peering him down in the form of Hades, and there he is. Collects. I thought the Molotov may play hell with Hades' position. Starved in the last round of victory, looking to pounce now. Nico posted up just outside Palace, 20 seconds. Was trying his damnedest to clutch out in the previous round, but may not be required. m0NESY goes in for the first pick in this engagement. They're going for the plant, they'll successfully get it down. Now the spray from D-Hack can only muster the strength for 1. And although Hades is low, he's keeping them busy. Manages to just dance around the flames and keep himself alive, but Alexi is here to chunk down with the MAC-10. There's an AWP available, which he will happily pick up.
but they slow things down. They slow things down to make their way to the A bombs, and Monacy plants the bomb. And even though the moment he gets taken down, Nico just swinging out wide.
Takes a bit of damage, but still alive. And Hades on the jump spots at least one on Tetris. Can now flip up. 1-for-1 trade though, especially as it's the AWP that's gone down, will favor G2, and it just got that little bit sweeter as they picked up a second, but Snappy keeps this site just about under control. Nico though pulls out the sledgehammer and knocks down the wall. And Monacy, missing out on his chance, is at least able to relay that information to his teammates. The connector has been pushed into from one of the remaining two CTs. Diha looking to try and get himself back into this round. Big kill onto Nico. Alexi now stuck on Tetris, needs some support, needs it yesterday. Flash hits both of them though. 25 seconds. That engagement ends in a stalemate, but Diha comes back up. Now spins the block down. Monacy with a beautiful flick. And with 15 seconds, needs to find the next shot. Madden shows his hand, but not for long enough for Monacy to strike twice. Switching to the AK gives him that run and gun potential. Tickles the ball. Madden out to the open, and the young gun strikes again. Conjures carnage.
That first shot from Monacy, what was that flick? Missed to a whiff towards mid. First he gets the opening on his Spinks towards mid, and then, of course, that op shot, that flick was just absolute filth. He spots a pixel. It's so fast, Vince. The slow-mo can't even catch it. Switches over to the AK-47. And that's a tale of redemption in just one round. That flicked.
And now Alexi B making moves down middle. Now there's 40 seconds to play with. G2 have been very slow in this round, and to be fair to ENCE, they've done a good job of stalling this one off with utility and positioning. Molly tossed in, one additionally from the CT side. Time is of the essence. They have got to move through here, punch through, and try and brute force their way out of connector. They don't have control over Catwalk either. They've thrown a Molotov down, but that's not going to affect Spinks. It's a massacre. They walk into the killing fields, and they have been put down with vengeance, with venom from ENCE. Maybe a bit of frustration showing there. Monacy, other side of the smoke. Oh, still takes the head of Madden and makes it his own. Carves a path through onto the site with Nico. Diha, some heroics. Makes Nico fade to black and now gives his team the advantage. 9 HP left for Monacy. With 50 seconds, he's now last man standing.
On the ace.
He's pulled off a 1v2. Can he go one better? He's going to get flanked, though. Is another second that Snappy is closing in on him. The chances now are very slim. He can pick this up, and Snappy capitalizes, makes the most of the situation. $300 well spent, as Alexi and Nico will be feeling worse for wear. As they push in, Jax had chances, makes the most of it. Deagle in play, but Diha, Mr. Dependable, Mr. Consistent. Oh, Mr. Headshot. Ow! Monacy gets wrecked. And although it's against an Nico, you can't argue with that aim. The rest of the pieces should now fall into place. Nice jump across, man. Diha's putting on a clinic. Give that man all the frags. Give him the ace. He's earned it. The man has the secondary up, puts it to use. Nico, the throne from the palace room, and Monacy will at least get one. But that doesn't feel like it's going to be good enough. Alexi joins him in middle. Plenty of time left here, Blair, but although two players are low, when you're still up against two AWPs and crossfires, and you have a distinct lack of smokes across these two players, it's looking pretty grim, especially as Alexi B's now been picked off from Spinks. He will go down to the hands of Monacy, but that won't be good enough to yield the round.
And Diha, he can easily find a couple here.
There's one. Grenade out, may very well fall, should fall. Did a lot more damage than anticipated, but Madden, showing his patience, showing his resolve, not to peek out aggressively, is going to fall on his sword. This is so awkward for G2, and they could get flanked in. They're getting pincered. Snappy is here, and Nico gets bested by Snappy. Nico is even watching the angle, and the veteran still took his head. The executioner of ENCE prevailed once again. He may go down to Alexi, IGL and IGL crime, but now Alexi can make a beeline for the B site. And that will be his final destination. Spinks with the AWP. And now that time on the bomb ticking away, and ENCE clutches. G2 take it down.
And once more, Snappy, he'll have to answer the call of duty.
Oh, the nuke has landed this time, all right. And Spinks is there to clean up the rest. 2 kills go his way. Keep in mind, at one point, this was 1-7, stacked against ENCE, and they finish in fine form. 7-8 the score. Right back in this. And now the grenades are coming into BAPS. Damage inflicted. Hunt finishes off, but there is Diha. 22nd kill to his name. Nico holds the line on the bench, trying to tap those heads, and tap he will. 3 kills back to back. He's given G2 every chance to win this round. And Snappy instantly gooshes m0NESY. 31 years of age and is fragging his mind out at this point, but he's made a lot of noise. There's the first frag in this exchange, and he has time. It's not just about the kills, it's keeping a cool head in the process. He knows B site is where the last CT resides, so he's headed to A for greener pastures. The bomb gets planted, and now everything turns in Snappy's favor. m0NESY has got to land an outrageous flick headshot if he wants to clutch this round now. He's got a smoke. He does have a kit. He can just go ahead, cross his fingers, cross his toes, hope for the best, full on defuse, and there's Snappy. Another clutch for the day.
Cold as ice is Snappy to make that, just almost unwinnable for Snappy. Look at these shots. What the hell are these shots from Nico? Just completely dismantling Diha, Hades, and Spinks, and then Snappy, as you pointed out, the veteran, the one you don't look to when it comes to just pure firepower for his team. With the weapon, and boy, he has delivered. It's not just that, like, they get 2 kills and no one's died yet. And don't forget the Deagles. Don't forget the Deagles in the hand of G2, as Nico, flirting with danger, takes a couple of shots, he's looking for more.
And the rest of his teammates haven't really budged on the A side. They've drawn away some fire. m0NESY now from the side. Nico misses his chance. Will that prove to be costly? m0NESY, what? Through Tetris. Has undone Spinks, and Diha may be able to get this plant down, but it's a 1-on-3, and they were waiting. Sharks circling their prey, and finally they dive in. Enough smokes to blot out the sun, but Nico comes through there. He tries to smoke onto that Molotov, and Jack's missing out on his chance. Nico should have done enough. Madden had other ideas. Tech9 runs straight into the site and pillages 2 heads. And now the Vikings of ENCE are looking to put their flag down, and Diha, spilling blood left and right with the MAC-10, has finally gone to Valhalla. Grenade is good for damage, but not good for the frag, and Madden can survive on 38. Slight gap in the smoke, and ENCE is going to be pushing through there, missing out on a chance. Nico got the first 2 picks there, Blair.
Able to find a bomb site is empty, and even though Jax will find Snappy, this bomb site is theirs for the taking, and ENCE will get the bomb down, but Madden falls, and suddenly, even though they have the weaponry advantage, it's a 4v3 for G2.
The only silver lining is that Snappy's weapon was the MAC-10, so they don't just get a free rifle out of that. A rifle did drop jungle, but they have to subside through smoke to get there first. That's the only thing that might be going in their way, but they are hemorrhaging kills. Hunter and Jax both just jump in, frag out, and Diha, the man on 26 kills, 10 more than anyone else on the server, has a huge task ahead of him. The bomb's not even planted directly for him, and m0NESY will punish with the AK. Congregating outside of the ramp, leaving Spinks alone in Palace, and now here comes the full-on execute. Nico dealing with the main threat as Spinks from Palace goes in for more before the smokes have a chance to fully plume. 2-for-2 trade. Nico is exceptionally low, however, and now Diha is taking significant damage as well. Flashes out from the CT. May allow them safe passage onto the bomb, but now Hades up on the boxes, nullifies Hunter, passes a bullet through his head, tries to scamper off into ramp, is successful, but Snappy's been caught at range. ENCE's spray lets him down, but he's able to transfer to the second player of Hades, and Snappy's position is compromised. They knew he was in that corner. The HP bar on all 3 players is below 25. Diha on 6 has to just put 2 bullets down range on a post plant, and this round will still go the way of ENCE, even though it's been looking scrappy, even though it's been looking difficult, but Nico's timing could not be better, and G2 steal away yet another round.
Oh my word, everyone stepping up individually for G2. The rounds are winning here. It was Hunter with a 3K, it was Jax with a 3K, now it's Nico. Not just with a 3K, but also just a round-winning kill at the very end. Immediately smoking up the Molotov as well as m0NESY plucks Snappy from the air.
Beautiful shot. Clay Pigeon shooting from m0NESY, but using live ammo now. And Nico perched up on the bench, bypassing the smoke, getting the rewards. D has the only player that's really struck so far with that MAC-10. But Nico on the prowl has been thwarted by Hades and pushed away. Madden, meanwhile, in window deals with the other component, and that family tree has now been uprooted. ENCE looking good to get double digits, but that man is still alive, m0NESY. He has been a pain in the side, a talisman of this game. Alexi, who pulled off such a vital clutch just a few moments ago, and is still alive, still kicking into this round. m0NESY's trying to be baited out into the open by ENCE, but he's not biting just yet, and a well-placed flash forces the tease away. Now m0NESY can just get his angles trained on ramp, but Hades plucks him out with the AK-47. Alexi has to go above and beyond once again. This force by war has continued, and it could be just a few moments away from breaking G2 yet again. Alexi's got to make a move here. Time is running so dry, so low. He feels like Tetris has been called off, but now he's going to find out. Oh my God! The flick to Hades' head. Is there enough time for the Finn?
He's got it!
There is! He's got it! Unbelievable!
Oh my God! What was that? What was the first shot from Alexi B? That flick on the Tetris. Oh boy, they had it, Vince. They had it. That force buy, they had it. They almost broke it.
This is the replay of the last round, as you can see. m0NESY was huge, but it's Alexi. First pivoting from catwalk, nearly denies the bomb plant, and this shot is absurd.
No.
Especially as before that, if you remember, he quickly shoulder peeked Tetris, and then he assumed it was clear. That was pure reaction speed. Which is all for the best, because Hunter was completely blinded. Now smokes and mollies being exchanged. Out into the open, they'll filter in, but Diha into a hail of bullets. As he's vanquished by Hunter. And although there is a counter frag, it shouldn't be going the way of ENCE. 35 seconds, and Hades with now an A1S to his side. This will be a huge moment for him to step up, but m0NESY will swat him away. ENCE will have a buy coming up. Mate, I don't even smoke, and I feel like I need a cigarette after this game. Meanwhile, Spinks has been caught by a HE and also a flashbang. He didn't use the smoke, those Jax is there, but Jax is too fast, and Nico mops up Snappy, who is thinking of peeking through Palace. Another engage that goes heftily in favor of G2.
Alexi, he spots Madden's foot, and before Madden's able to sneak his way into its connector, finding him. And one by one, they start to fall. Just 2 players remain. Diha, 28 kills. What more can this man do? And Hades, a rough day in office for him today, but it's still not quite done yet. He can redeem himself. He's got the AWP, his weapon of choice in his hands. Towards ramp, towards palace, towards connector. They haven't shown anything, and now Alexi B goes poking and prodding. He's like, where the hell are they? Want to find something. Nico finds Diha. Now all on Hades. 1v5 looking unlikely, looking impossible. Alexi B strikes him down. And with that, G2 1 round away. They are map and match point, Vince. Just a couple of players. You can see the bomb on the back of Madden slowly peeling towards B. They're grouping up here, and m0NESY, he lies in wait.
We haven't really seen any fakes from ENCE so far. This is one of the first times, but m0NESY nailing the first player has kind of given this a one away, especially seeing 2. This feels like it may be a done deal. They still have one more player coming out, but it's Hades, and now Madden, last man alive. The only thing working in the man's favor is that he has the bomb, but he has no more life. And neither do ENCE in this best of 3. G2 secure their spot in the Legend stage.
Absolutely deserved. The desk painted it at the very beginning of the series that if G2 want to take